This is 99.5 Global
Network and the operators of this radio.
Today can be the turning point in your life by making a simple decision.
Fundamental questions of navigation. Where am I? Where am I going? And how do I get there from here?
I invite the leaders of our planet to ask themselves these three questions before they make any crucial decisions.
But if you don't make decisions, you're going to stay right where you are.
We are all map makers.
We are in a time of transition.
If we're going to change, we have to change the direction that we're going.
Our planet needs leaders who know where they want to go.
When we change the direction we're going, then we want to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Leaders who can see the big picture.
Because if we're not, we're going to either go backwards or we're going to stay where we are.
Recognizing the psychological and the spiritual shifts and changes that need to be made, often from the inside to the outside.
To be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm.
Complex journeys require navigation. The path to the truth is one such journey. This is your GPS. Hairstyling services provided by J.D. Edwards Salon and Spa, Palmdale Shopping Plaza, Ladera Street. Accessories provided by Chevette Williamson Jewelry. Standout jewelry for standout women.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. I am your host, Michelle Malcolm, and as always, it's a pleasure to be in your company today. Thank you so much for tuning in and making GPS a part of your afternoon routine. So, you know the drill. Every Wednesday around these parts, we do a Wellness Wednesday show. Today is no exception. But before we get into the subject matter, let's go ahead and share the contacts so that in case you have a question or comment, you know how to reach us. The telephone numbers to call are 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272, or the WhatsApp line is 801-0271, 801-0271, and you can call or text us on that line. We are streaming live on Facebook on the official Global 99.5 FM Facebook page, as well as the official Michelle Malcolm Facebook page. We're also streaming live on YouTube, official Global 99.5 FM page, and the official Michelle Malcolm page. And you can catch us on Cable Bahamas channel 974. Cable Bahamas 974. So you'll notice my background. It's not the studio. I decided to come from home again today. Yeah, it doesn't look so great out there weather-wise, at least not in the area I live in. And so I thought, why not just do the show from home again? And hopefully the weather will clear up by tomorrow. And then I'll be back in studio. But anyway, it doesn't matter really one way or the other, because either way, we are on the air. So my topic today on this Wellness Wednesday is called Let's Face It. And that is a play on words. We're going to be talking today about the signs that your face will give you or could give you if you are facing some kind of internal illness or disease that you may not even be aware of. Your face will give you clues when something is going wrong or something has gone wrong. And oftentimes we see these things in our face and we just don't pay any attention to it because we don't understand that that's our faces, that's our body's way, or one of our body's ways of telling us that something has gone wrong. And so in this today, we're going to be looking at several clues that your face will give you to let you know. And when I say your face, that incorporates everything: your skin, your eyes, your hair, everything. Everything that we're looking at. It's going to incorporate all of that. Okay, so like and share the show. Let everybody know Wellness Wednesday is on the air, and we're going to be talking about a matter today that everybody should be concerned about, and that is how to read your face. When you look in the mirror, what do you see, and what is your face trying to tell you through what you see? There are some things that many of you are experiencing that you think is just a nuisance that really you ought to pay closer attention to. So we're going to talk about all of that today on the show, okay? All right, let's get right into it. So all of the clips that you're going to hear from today are with one of my favorites, Dr. Eric Berg. In case you haven't done so already, you can follow his channel on YouTube. He's got a lot of really great information there. Lots of different topics that he covers that I think you could find some value out of. I found another doctor that is similar, but I have to make sure that we're good in terms of playing his content before we go ahead and start using his videos. But he's also equally as good, another naturopathic holistic doctor. So let's dive right into it. One of the key signs that you may have some kind of internal issue going on is something that for men, many of them, they don't pay much mind to because they figure that's just a normal part of aging or genetics. Now, one of the things that we learned from Dr. Joel Wallach is that often what we blame on old age or genetics have really nothing to do with either. It's usually some kind of nutritional deficiency or some kind of internal issue that is leading to that. But more and more we see women who are dealing with this problem, because back in the day it pretty much was just a male problem. But nowadays we see more and more and more women dealing with this problem. And so obviously this is not just about, this is my father was dealing with this and now I am. No, because a lot of women are now dealing with this issue for various reasons. And we're going to talk about the reasons on this show. I am talking about hair loss, bald spots. Why do men and women have bald spots? Now, there could be a couple of reasons. A lot of times for women, it's because we've done so much damage to the hair follicle, particularly if you're wearing a long-term hairstyle that puts a lot of tension on your hair, like weaving, for instance. A lot of women have lost, their hairline goes way back there because they would have done so much damage to the hair follicles. But there are other internal reasons that could be leading to your hair loss. And so here now is Dr. Berg talking about some of those reasons.
Let's say you're balding, right? Usually a loss of hair on the top part of your head means you have too much DHT. DHT is a very powerful form of testosterone that is occurring because there's this enzyme that is converting testosterone into DHT at a higher level than it should be. And so what you want to do is you want to reduce this enzyme by taking certain inhibitors, okay? And those inhibitors come in pumpkin seeds, green tea, and zinc will help you lower this enzyme to help lower DHT. I have a lot more information on this, but I'm going to give you the big overview and the concepts, not the specifics. All right, so if you're losing your eyebrows on the outer part, that is a hypothyroid issue. Slow thyroid, you might need some iodine.
Okay, so you would have noticed that when he talked about inhibitors, he didn't talk about pharmaceutical inhibitors, but natural inhibitors. Because with the pharmaceutical version of inhibitors, it really does block your body's ability to function the way it was designed to function. Whereas if it's a natural inhibitor, like you would have mentioned, pumpkin seeds, or in the case of losing the outer edge of your eyebrows. If you have a thyroid problem, then you're looking at things like iodine. Um, you're looking at using as much as possible natural sources so that it doesn't really block the body's ability to do what's right. And with the natural sources, it doesn't damage your liver. Now, you have to be careful with the amount of iodine that you take because it is possible to take too much iodine, which can become toxic. So you're talking measured amounts here. And this is important for us to understand when we're talking about nutrients, micronutrients especially. It has to be in measured amounts. So as long as you're not going overboard, because I say, take more iodine, you go out and you drinking a bottle of iodine a day. That's not a good idea. You don't want to overdo it. But measured amounts is what we're talking about here. So there are many ways to get more iodine in your diet. One of them is by consuming more fish oils, or sea vegetables, certain seaweeds, sea moss, etc. They're very rich in iodine, calcium, magnesium, zinc, and so it wouldn't hurt for you to be taking those. But there are other sources of iodine as well, such as iodized salt. If you're going to be consuming salt, over-the-counter salt especially, make sure that you're buying the iodized salt, okay? Not just the regular salt with no iodine added. If you're going to be taking sea salt is good. Sea salt does have some iodine in it, okay? So that's what I personally consume, the sea salt. But then I also do an iodine supplement that is available with longevity. And the reason why I'm on iodine is because you may know by now that I am trying to heal my thyroid without pharmaceuticals. And so I'm taking iodine supplements in addition to consuming fish and fish oils and sea moss, etc., to wake my thyroid back up. Because what pharmaceuticals do is they block systems from working. They inhibit systems from working. And so if you've been on a particular medication for a very, very long time, like I was with Synthroid, the medication that they generally prescribe for thyroid issues, then you in essence are causing your thyroid to go into a medically induced coma. That's the best way that I can put it. So if you've been on it for a very long time, like I was, it's going to take a while to wake it back up. But it can wake back up. Understand that. Now, you can't let it go too far because sometimes if it goes too far, and understand that the thyroid pretty much affects just about everything in your body. So the thyroid gland is extremely important, a healthy thyroid gland is. And you don't want to wait until it gets so bad that your only option is to have it removed. I hear far too many people doing that. And I would like to say that God put that in there for a reason. That's not just there taking up space. And so when you remove your thyroid, then you're creating some other issues down the road that will make it necessary for you to be on medication for the rest of your life, literally. So thyroid issues is one reason you will lose it here. You heard of another that Dr. Berg spoke about in the clip. Another reason you may lose your hair is an autoimmune response. So you've often heard me talk about leaky gut. If your immune system is confused, and by that I mean, whatever is causing it to be confused, it could be a leaky gut where things are getting into your bloodstream that shouldn't be there. Your body starts to attack itself. And one of the ways that it can do that is with hair loss. Surprise, surprise, who knew? especially if it's in a patch. You have this one area where you're losing hair, or your hair is just thinning in this one patch area. That could be a sign of an autoimmune response, where your immune system is attacking your hair follicles. So all of these things you should take into consideration if you are experiencing any type of hair loss, whether it be the outer edges of your eyebrows. We now know that that is an indication of a thyroid malfunction, and we know what we need to do for that. Whether it be a balding spot, and you would have heard Dr. Berg talk about that. That could be a hormonal imbalance, too much testosterone, etc. Or whether it be because you are just damaging your hair follicles, whether it be through chemicals or constantly pulling your hair too tight, and then you start to see breakage, and then the hairline keeps going back and back and back and back and back, and some people just don't stop. They keep going, and I'm talking women specifically, until they're bald, or pretty much bald. And then you have to be wearing wigs and all this kind of stuff, you know. So we gotta do a better job at understanding what could possibly be causing your hair loss, and then addressing it. And again, foundation on the show will always be holistic. Sometimes it may be necessary for you to go the other way, but if at all possible that you can do it holistically, that's what we're going to be promoting on this show. Okay, so the next thing that you may be experiencing or noticing on your face and not realizing that you should take it more seriously, two things Dr. Berg is going to talk about in this clip. If you have bloodshot red eyes, and I'm not talking about if you have a hangover from the night before, but if you haven't been doing any kind of major partying and you have bloodshot red eyes, that's usually not a good sign. Or if your eyes are yellow, that's an even worse sign, because that's telling that you have a problem with your liver. So the eye color is one thing, and then puffy eyes, that area under the eye. Some people, you have this like this bag under the eye, and they think, oh, I just need to get more sleep. It could be something more serious than that, as we're going to hear in this clip from Dr. Berg.
Okay, next thing is bloodshot eyes. That's usually a liver problem. Now, it could be that you got drunk the night before and you have a hangover and you have bloodshot eyes, but it's either something related to the liver that is usually coming from your diet. I've noticed in the past, not recent past, a long time ago, when I ate poorly, a lot of junk food, my eyes were always bloodshot. So bloodshot eyes means stress in the liver, but it can also mean, especially if it's red on the inside of your eyelids, you have a blood sugar problem. Okay, you're eating too many carbs. I used to have that. And you can also feel like sandpaper too. So if there's irritability on the inside of your eyelids, suspect you have insulin problems, you have insulin resistance, and you're pre-diabetic or heading in that direction. Now, I am going to cover what's behind dry eyes in a little bit. So let's go on to the next one. Darkened circles underneath the eyes. If you have these dark circles, that is a pigment problem coming from insulin resistance. A lot of diabetics have this, and they also get darkened pigments in different places in the body, different folds, in their armpits, on their neck. That comes from high levels of insulin, which is affecting melanin in the body. Okay, so if you have darkened circles underneath the eyes, what you have to do is you have to get on healthy keto and do intermittent fasting to help reduce this insulin resistance situation. Now let's flip right over here to these bags underneath the eyes. Okay, if you get these like this swollen tissue underneath the eye or even on top of the eye, this is either a blood sugar issue, same thing, or there's something going on with the kidney. Now, the thing that destroys the kidney more than anything is high levels of sugar. So it does relate to insulin resistance because the kidney is one organ that gets hammered with a high carb diet. But there's other causes of kidney problems as well. But if the kidney is backed up with fluid, you'll see it underneath the eye. It'll just be swollen.
Who knew? So it's not just that you're not getting sufficient sleep. If you have those bags under your eyes, maybe you should check your blood sugar levels. Maybe there's an imbalance of your blood sugar levels. So you may not have been told by a doctor that you're diabetic, but it could mean that there is an imbalance there. And you may be what is called pre-diabetic if your blood sugar levels are that off. Okay, so you want to pay close attention to that. Yellow eyes, again, liver and bile problem. It's called jaundice. That's a serious condition. You don't want to ignore yellow eyes either. Now, another reason why your eyes might be bloodshot red from time to time, or more frequently than time to time, are environmental toxins, like mold, for instance. If you are being exposed to mold, one of the symptoms that you may experience is you wake up some mornings with bloodshot red eyes, or dry eyes, or itchy eyes. And you're trying to figure out, why are my eyes so red this morning? It could be something like an environmental toxin, such as mold. Okay? So the thing is, so could hair loss be attributed to mold exposure as well. So this is why it's important to expose yourself to a thorough health evaluation. One of the services that we offer, those of us health coaches who are trained by the Institute of Holistic Health, is that we do a complete health evaluation to try to determine what is the root cause of the problem that you may be experiencing. Because, as we're learning, several different things could impact the same area of your body, and you have to know which is the problem, what is the cause that is causing you to have to wake up with these bloodshot red eyes. Is it that you're being exposed to mold? Is it a problem with your liver? Do you have insulin resistance? We need to get to the bottom of what is causing it. And this is why it's important that you find a professional who can actually do a health assessment on you to determine the root cause of these issues. Okay? So it's not just something, again, that you should, brush off and pay very little attention to and think, oh, I have these dark circles, but I just need to get more sleep, or I have the bags under my eyes. But everybody in my family has bags under their eyes. You better pay attention to that thing. Pay attention to that thing, because it's not normal. It's not normal. It's not hereditary. Even though you and several other persons in your family may have the same thing, doesn't mean that it's hereditary. It just may mean that you are all exposed to the same thing, or that you all have the same kind of diet that is contributing to whatever the ailment is that you're facing. So you want to pay attention to your face. Your face is talking to you for a reason. It's trying to tell you something. And in this show today, we're going to learn to read the signals and understand what it is your face is trying to tell you. So if you haven't already done so, like and share the show, let everybody know that GPS is on the air, and we're talking about a matter of great importance to everybody, not just, one particular segment of our society, but everybody could be dealing with these issues from one time to another. Now, before we go any further, let me just say this. The information that you're receiving today, don't run out and go to your girlfriend who has, the puffiness under the eye and say, girl, let me tell you what's wrong with you. You got them under eye puffs because, and especially when say, Michelle Malcolm say, no, don't do that. Because you might get your feelings hurt. People don't take kindly to people coming up to them and saying these kinds of things. If they are asking you, what your opinion is, or if you know anybody who could tell them why, then you go ahead and make recommendations. But don't just run up to people because you got this knowledge now and start telling people what's wrong with them and what their face trying to tell them, because chances are they may take it the wrong way and not take too kindly to what you're telling them. Now, if they want information, feel free to share, because the more information we have, the better decisions that we can make. Okay? Just wanted to point that out. All right, we're going to take our first break, and then we're going to continue with our show on this Wellness Wednesday. Let's face it. What is your face trying to tell you about your internal health? We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Youngevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for a rim fix and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklight, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Glasses love.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Even in the United States, 94% of people are deficient in at least one nutrient. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Youngevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. It's an advanced plant-driven multivitamin mineral complex that contains certified organic whole foods, trace minerals, and antioxidants. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. With an unusually high ORAC score of 8,000, you get even more antioxidants to help combat free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Otherwise, they'll just pass through your system without doing any good. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin mineral supplement it needs for optimal support of your overall health. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
This portion of GPS is brought to you by Tiki Bikini Hut at Junkanoo Beach. Great food, cool tropical drinks, and family fun in the sun.
Be sure to check out Tiki Bikini Hut on Junkanoo Beach for a fabulous lunch or dinner. The food there is truly incredible. The atmosphere is amazing. They treat everybody like a superstar. Make sure when you go in there, let them know that you heard about them here on GPS. And they're going to treat you well and give you a nice little sweet discount off of your bill. And so make sure you go there and check them out. Also check out Sunshine Auto Sales. Sonny and his team have, well, you see the commercial every day. for the best place for rims, tints, and tires, and more is Sunshine Auto. There on the corner of Abundant Life Road and Soldier Road. Go and check them out and let them know that you heard about them on GPS. Make sure you let them know that, because you know what, it's important for our sponsors to know that their ads are being seen or heard by you, so that they will continue to support the show. So definitely go and check them out and let them know that you heard about them on GPS. We are streaming live on Facebook, on the official Global 99.5 FM and Michelle Malcolm Facebook pages. We're also streaming live on YouTube on the official channels of us both. And you can call in at 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, or WhatsApp us at 8010271, 8010271, and you can either call on WhatsApp or send a text message, okay? And we'll be sure to get your calls in on the show. If you haven't already done so, like and share the show. Let everybody know that GPS is on the air on this Wellness Wednesday. We are calling the show, Let's Face It. What is your face trying to tell you? And when we say face, we're talking about everything that you see, your hair, your eyebrows, your eyes, your skin, all of it. We're talking about today. Now, before we dive back into the videos with Dr. Eric Berg, there's one more thing I want to tell you about your hair. If you are experiencing gray hair, and you may have heard me say this before if you're a regular on the show, but if you are experiencing gray hair, that is not a normal part of aging. It is not genetic. It's not bad luck. It's a nutritional deficiency. How do I know? Well, using myself as an example and many others. When I start taking the right nutrition, the gray hairs that have been popping out here and there turn back to their normal color. I tell you, no lie. I always know when I'm like, when I run out of a product and I haven't been taking it for a while, I start to see the little gray popping in here and there, gray popping, like, oh, gotta get back on my product. Because you all know I'm not going down without a fight when it comes to staying younger longer. And so if you have any graying at all, and you know, it's amazing how when a man is gray, they say he looks distinctive. But when a woman is graying, they say she looks old. That's a double standard situation going on. But no matter if you think it's distinctive looking or old or neither, understand that that is a medical condition based on a nutritional deficiency. It's your body's way of telling you that it needs nutrients. And if you give your body what it needs, it will change back to its normal color. I am speaking from experience. Because every now and again, I start to see them popping out. And I'm like, I got to get back on my products, you know? And so know this, that if you're experiencing gray hair, that is a sign of a nutritional deficiency. And not only that, but it's a sign of a very serious nutritional deficiency, because if it goes unchecked and you end up with a head full of white hair, you could be a prime candidate for things like aneurysms, strokes, etc., because you don't have sufficient of that particular nutrient in your body. So this is nothing to, you know, you may think it looks nice and it may look good, but that don't mean it's not causing your body some harm. Or that doesn't mean that you should ignore it, not realizing that your body is telling you that it is in desperate need of nutrients. I made the mistake of telling somebody that before, and this is why I said at the beginning of the show, don't just go up to people and tell them these things, because you might get cussed out. They didn't take too kindly to me telling them that. So I had to learn the hard way You don't just go offering people information. But if you are graying in any which way, that's a nutritional deficiency. It's a copper deficiency. Now, I'm not saying that you should go to the junkyard and start sucking on copper. It don't work like that. Okay? It has to be in a form that is absorbable by the body. And it works best along with selenium. The two work very well hand in hand. So Longevity has a product, a selenium product that is infused with copper. And when I'm not taking that, my hair starts to turn gray. I mean, you know, I see the little strands popping out here and there. And once I get back on that, those strands go back to their regular color. And I'm not talking using a dye on your hair either. I'm talking naturally. Your hair will turn back to its regular color. So that's that. Now, another sign that your face may be trying to tell you is something is going on there. And again, this is one that people often take for granted. You think, oh, I just have oily skin. There's a reason why your skin is oily. And another big one is cataracts. I cannot tell you how many people have been reaching out to me with the problem of cataracts. That is not a normal part of aging. Something is going on in your body that should not be happening, that can be dealt with the right protocols, the right approach. So here now is once again Dr. Eric Berg talking about oily skin and cataracts.
Oily skin. That means that your oil glands, sebaceous glands, are pumping out too much oil because your androgens are too high. And if you're male, you need more zinc to help regulate the amount of estrogen. Now, if you're female, it could also mean that you need more zinc. But usually, if you have too much androgen in your female, you have something called polycystic ovarian syndrome. And you might have other additional symptoms like facial hair, acne, which is high levels of androgen, which is coming from this insulin, okay? High levels of insulin because the carbs are too high. Are you starting to see a common thread so far? A high carbohydrate diet also depletes zinc, allowing the androgens to go higher if you are a female. So there's a lot of issues with skin related to insulin, oily skin, acne, and the list goes on. Okay, let's talk about cataracts. Cataracts occur when the lens of the eye becomes opaque and you can no longer see through it. And the lens is very, very sensitive to oxidation. And where would you get oxidation? You can get it from, looking into the sun. You can get it from chemicals. You can get it from taking steroids and other medication. But a very common cause would be if you're consuming a high carb diet. This is why the incidence of getting a cataract if you're a diabetic is very, very high. Also, if you're deficient in vitamin A, you're more susceptible to cataracts. What happens when you eat a lot of carbs without the antioxidants, without the protective mechanism, you get a lot of free radical damage, you get a lot of oxidation, and you have symptoms. You might have peripheral neuropathy in your feet, you might have cataracts, you might have problems with the retina, you might have problems with your heart. So there's a very good remedy if you're starting to get cataracts to help reverse it. Vitamin B1 in the form of a fat-soluble version, which is called benfotiamine. That acts as a powerful antioxidant to help counter the collateral damage from the high level of blood sugars if you're a diabetic. So vitamin B1 as benfotiamine will greatly help slow down and possibly reverse cataracts. There's some other things you can take too that can act as a very powerful antioxidant. NAC drops, okay? It comes in a liquid, you take that, you put it in your eyes, and it helps to protect all the free radical damage that's occurring.
All right, good information to have, particularly if you have oily skin or if you're suffering from cataracts. Understand that your body is just this incredibly intelligent, complex machine that knows what to do to heal itself. And if you're giving your body the right amounts of nutrition, especially micronutrients to go along with the macronutrients that you get through your food, your body will be able to reverse many of these conditions that people think are, nothing I can do about it. I mean, how many people do you know who have blood sugar problems who've actually gone blind because of diabetes? I just learned of the death of a former colleague yesterday, and was very surprised to hear that he was blind and had diabetes. I was like, wow. I mean, because a lot of these conditions are reversible. I mean, the best thing to do is not to get them in the first place. But if you do get them, a lot of these conditions are reversible. And it's so unfortunate that in our society, so many Bahamians are suffering through these conditions, not knowing that there is something that they can do about it. And, we've done shows on it before. Our system is not exactly set up to encourage people to eat well, and to supplement wisely. So, we see the proliferation of fast food restaurants, and many of them are in areas where there are a higher level of low-income families, because that's who they're targeting. And so people are getting a quick, cheap meal with very little nutrition in it that is contributing to many of the ailments that we are now facing. And the cheaper foods in the food stores are also the foods that cause the most damage in many instances. And so we've got this double and triple and quadruple assault against our health. And it's unfortunate that you have to literally see yourself as in a war to fight for your own health. You have to do it. You can't not do it, because if you ignore it, then you're going to find yourself battling many of these conditions younger and younger and younger. So you definitely want to start to pay closer attention. In addition to oily skin, there is another skin condition that a lot of people are dealing with that they just, again, are brushing off, not even realizing that their body is trying to tell them something. And this is specifically discoloration, whether it be redness or dark colors, dark spots, dark, shades of shades that are darker than the rest of your body. You see these, you see some people with these very, very dark areas. This is your body trying to tell you that you need to pay closer attention to this, because this is a problem that is happening within your body. So let's now hear once again from Dr. Eric Berg talking about what your body could be telling you if you have skin discoloration or pigmentation issues.
All right, the next thing is red cheeks, okay? So you have these like either rosacea or red cheeks. You see, they're quite common. You see this in Cushing syndrome. Cushing syndrome is a high level of cortisol, okay? That person is under a lot of stress, and that's one of the symptoms. But the treatment for red cheeks medically is giving a person an antibiotic. Now, why would an antibiotic work for red cheeks? Well, obviously there's some type of microbial imbalance going on. Why not give the person a natural antibiotic like garlic, oregano, thyme, wormwood extract, sage? There's a lot of different herbs you can take as a natural antibiotic, and then give the person probiotics. What's the best probiotic? Sauerkraut, because it has the prebiotic and the probiotic. But you can also take probiotics as a supplement. But It's been very effective to help this redness in the cheeks. Now, if someone has either a gray or brownish pigmentation on the cheek, that's something a little different. It's called melasma. And melasma is an estrogen problem. You're taking too much estrogen, or you're being exposed to too much estrogen, either in a birth control pill or some type of hormone replacement therapy, or it could be coming from exposure to a lot of plastics in the environment or certain chemicals that can mimic estrogen. So if this is you, what you want to do is you want to take something that can actually oppose that or help clean it up. And DIM is a good remedy, which is a concentrated form of cruciferous, or start to consume more cruciferous foods, or iodine in the form of sea kelp can help balance estrogen.
Now remember, now when you're talking about consuming more cruciferous foods, that's everybody except someone who has a hypo or slow thyroid problem, because cruciferous vegetables will slow down thyroid function. So if you have an overactive thyroid or regular thyroid, absolutely eat your broccoli, eat your cauliflower, eat your kale, spinach, arugula, etc. But if you have an underactive thyroid, you want to be careful with the amounts that you consume, if you consume it at all, because it could be helping to slow down your thyroid, which obviously if you have an underactive thyroid is not good. Now, have you noticed that much of these things tie back to your gut? What he would have just said in that video is that your skin discoloration could be tied back to your gut health, because he's talking about a probiotic and an antibiotic. And again, we promote natural means of healing on this show. He asked, why not give the person, garlic or, because they can't make no money off of that, Dr. Berg, and you know why. But the natural way to go is the better way to go. But if you can get within a single product, in addition to eating those foods that are natural antibiotics, if you can get into a single product, a probiotic, a prebiotic, and a postbiotic, that's even better. Especially if it is formulated in the right way, because formulation again is key to absorption. You want to make sure that your body can absorb it. And you would have seen repeatedly on this show commercial for a product called Microbiome, which has the prebiotic, the probiotic, and the postbiotic in it. I swear by it. It is really good for healing the gut. And, I credit Microbiome for helping me to lose those extra pounds that I had been working on after being exposed to mold for such a long time and gaining the amount of weight that I did. I discovered that a lot of it had to do with the health of my gut, because gut health is really, really important to the immune system, and gut health also affects other things as well, like skin issues. So oftentimes when we do evaluations and a person has some kind of problem with their skin, we know that that may be a digestive issue. And so one of the things that we recommend is that the person starts taking a product that is good for healing the gut, a product that has quite a bit in terms of probiotics and prebiotics, etc. And I have not found one better than Microbiome. And I'm not just saying that because, I'm on it and because I'm a proponent of longevity. But I have started taking it again. I had stopped after my gut had been significantly healed and I'd lost all that extra weight. I figured I didn't need to take it anymore, and I stopped taking it. But I'm back on it again because I realized that that product is also going to help me with healing my gut. And with my, not so much healing my gut, because I think I've come a long way as far as that is concerned, but with my thyroid issues. So I decided to get back on the microbiome to help with the healing of my thyroid. Because as you would have heard in these clips with Dr. Berg, it's all interconnected. It's all interrelated. It's not where your body is this, bag of tricks, all working in isolation. Everything is interconnected. So one system affects the other. And much of it begins with gut health. So if you're having some kind of skin issues, like discoloration, it very well could be that you need to pay attention to the health of your gut. Who knew, right? But yeah, that's what makes a big difference in many instances for people who are having gut issues and who just didn't know that that's what they could do. So you definitely want to pay attention to gut health, and I would recommend, again, a product like Microbiome because it has all three of the big ones. It has the prebiotics, the postbiotics, the probiotics, and it also has enzymes and other things to help you digest your food properly, so that you won't have issues with skin issues like psoriasis and acne and all those kinds of things could very well be related back to your gut. Okay, so again, the telephone number is to call 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, and the WhatsApp line is 801-0271, 801-0271. We are going to take another break, but on the other side of the break, we're going to be talking about another issue, another skin issue that is an indicator that something could be going on inside your body that you need to pay attention to. And also, how many of you are dealing with blackheads or chapped lips? Or the little cracking in the corner of your lips. Not a coincidence. It's a symptom. And when we come back from this break, we're going to learn what that symptom is trying to tell you about what is happening inside your body. So let's face it. Let's face it. What is your face saying to you about your inner health? That and more on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after
Your
this.
body's immune system is under constant pressure from things like stress, lack of exercise, and toxins in the environment. It's crucial to be proactive and support your immune system with the nutrients it needs to function effectively. But it's often hard to get these nutrients from food alone. Introducing fast-acting Zinc Plus Immune Support by Longevity. Unlike zinc-only supplements, Zinc Plus Immune Support builds on the proven power of zinc and adds complementary nutrients to give your immune system extra support. Vitamin D helps balance the effects of zinc, while our proprietary blend of natural fruit and root extracts provides the extra help your immune system needs to work against daily stressors. And we've included Longevity's exclusive plant-derived minerals to give your body the minerals it needs but can't get from food alone. And because Zinc Plus Immune Support is delivered in a great-tasting sugar-free berry-flavored lozenge, it encourages quicker absorption of all these nutrients into your body. Zinc Plus Immune Support. Zinc plus the extra support your body needs to promote a healthy immune system. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, paints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklight, Tough, rough racing, velocity, mud, all-terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
It's gotten harder and harder to get your daily requirement of vital nutrients from food alone. Without additional vitamin and nutrient support, your health and well-being can suffer drastically. That's why Z-Radical was specifically formulated. It combines a blend of antioxidant-rich vitamins, minerals, and botanicals with the protective powers of fucoidan to help fill the gaps from lack of nutrients in your foods. The core of Z-Radical is fucoidan, a naturally occurring polysaccharide that helps stimulate immune reaction, protecting you against inflammation and oxidative stress. We harvest this powerful mineral-rich nutrient from brown seaweed, harvested only from the world's most pristine ocean waters to ensure the purest quality. It's then extracted using cold process technology to ensure maximum levels of bioavailability. Then we add essential vitamins that help to protect your cardiovascular and nervous systems and are crucial for optimal immune and neurological function. Z-Radical also includes a proprietary blend of delicious antioxidant-rich fruits and berries. This great-tasting combination helps your body combat free radical imbalances that can contribute to a variety of degenerative conditions like arthritis and heart disease. Z-Radical. Experience the power of fucoidan with antioxidant-rich berries, 8 essential vitamins, and more to provide you with potent health benefits. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
And welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm here in your company on this Wellness Wednesday. You can reach us at 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube on the official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM pages and channels. And you can also reach us via WhatsApp at 8010271, 8010271. Call or text. We're also on Cable Bahamas Channel 974. So, on today's GPS Wellness Wednesday show, let's face it, your face is trying to tell you something. And it's about high time that we learn the signals and understand that our faces are trying to tell us that something is wrong and we need to pay closer attention. Before we dive into the next topic, which is flaky skin, I want you to understand that when it comes to leaky gut, which I often talk about, which is gut health and making sure that you're not doing damage to the gut, it definitely can affect your skin and thereby your face. So things like acne, eczema, rosacea, and psoriasis. If you're experiencing any of those 4 conditions, there is a strong chance that you may have leaky gut. So it's an autoimmune response, okay? And so with the show topic today, let's face it, you could have acne on your face. And there are other reasons as well, and we're going to cover them. But eczema, rosacea, psoriasis, etc. If you're suffering from any of those, know that that is an autoimmune response, and a strong possibility is that you are suffering from a leaky gut. Okay? So, next on the list is that flaky skin. You know, that dry, flaky skin. No matter how much moisturizer or lotion you put on, well, in the case of the face, moisturizer, you still have that flaky looking skin. There is a reason for that. And we're now going to learn from Dr. Berg what that reason is.
Now, what about all this scaly, peeling type flaky skin that you get around the nose, okay, or in the ear? Okay, what is that? That is a combination of low omega-3 fatty acids and high omega-6 fatty acids. Normally, you want a 1-to-1 ratio. Very few people have that ratio. There's a really good test that you can do. You can actually they send you a kit, and I'll put a link down below, but they send you a kit, you take a drop of your blood, you send it off, and they can tell you your ratios of how much omega-3 versus how much omega-6. And quite a few people have a severe imbalance, and they're just really heavy on the 6 and low on the 3. So that means they need to consume more cod liver oil, fatty fish, to bring these back in balance. But if you have this imbalance, you'll have rough, scaly skin, dermatitis, a lot of skin issues, inflammation of the skin, dry eyes, and dry hair. Now, what foods are high in omega-6? Chicken and fried foods, as in fried in corn oil, soy oil, canola oil. Those type of oils which are very high in the omega-6 range, including peanut oil as well. If you're a vegan, you can get your omega-3 from algae and some other sources like that. Also, nuts and nut butters, like in peanut butter and grains, are very high in 6, low in 3. This is why cows that are fed grains don't have the right ratios of omega-3 to omega-6. Same thing with other animals that are meant to consume grass. But typically, a lot of teenagers, you know, they eat junk food, they don't eat a lot of vegetables, they don't eat fish, they don't eat cod liver oil. They have skin issues, okay? They have a lot of skin issues. You'll see it around here. A lot of times they will have also oily skin, they'll have acne. And so they can clean this up if they had this knowledge. Boy, when I was a teenager, I had a lot of these issues, and I wished I had someone to actually tell me what to do and give me the correct knowledge so I wouldn't have to go through that. What we're looking at is a lot of different symptoms and indicators that give clues to help us pull the string to see what's behind it. But unfortunately, when you look up each one of these symptoms online, especially on the first 5 pages of Google, you're going to find a lot of medical type recommendations, medications, creams, and they're not going to tell you the deeper causes.
Ain't that the truth? You all know how we go around here. We don't believe in just looking at the symptom. We believe in looking at the root cause and then addressing that, and then the symptom goes away. So if you have an imbalance between omega-3 and 6, and he would have just told you, you know, where you can find a lot of omega-6s. And if you look at the way we eat in this country, chicken, oh my God, you know, everybody loves chicken in the Bahamas. But fried foods is another big one. And we all know how bad fried foods are because of the oxidative damage that they do to the body. And so if you consider the typical Bahamian diet, we eat a lot of chicken, everything is fried, just about, and you know, a lot of people aren't eating a lot of fish, and if they do eat a lot of fish, they're frying the fish in the very oils that are bad for them. No wonder we're having so many issues. I must say, growing up, I never had an acne problem. You know, a lot of my peers at high school, man, I felt for them really bad skin, really bad acne, but I always had perfect skin. Now I know why, because every morning, my mother, God rest her soul, used to make us drink a cup of Cersei and cod liver oil. And I absolutely hated it. But we didn't have a choice. She used to make us drink it every morning. And we were pretty healthy kids. And I had perfect skin throughout high school. Never had a problem with acne. And I used to look at some of my friends. And man, a lot of my friends in high school had some really, really bad acne problems. But I always had perfect skin. Now I know. I don't know if my mother knew this or she just, you know, instinctively knew to to make us take those things. But now I know why. Because we were getting a lot of omega 3s in our diet in addition to the omega 6s. So, for those of you who are fish lovers out there, that's a good thing. Frying it is not. Frying it in vegetable oils, etc., makes it takes away all the goodness. But fish oils are an excellent source of omega 3. In case you don't eat a lot of fish, and even if you do, you want to consider still supplementing. And again, with the right formulation, you'd have the right balance or the right ratio between omega 3 and 6. And that will help you tremendously with the flaky skin and other challenges that you may be experiencing that are impacted by that ratio, that balance. So what I love about what Longevity offers is they offer in one capsule omega 3, 6, and 9. So you get the 3 essential fatty acids. And essential just means that your body can't produce it on its own. So it's essential that you introduce it into the body. Okay? So fatty fish is good because the fish oils are a good source of omega 3, but you would have heard also of things like if you're a vegetarian, and you don't do fish, then you can get it from certain sea products as well, sea vegetables as well. Okay? But definitely that's important. Those omegas are really, really important for healthier, more nourished skin. And they affect other things as well. They help to lubricate the lungs for kids who are fighting asthma. A really good thing to do is they just may need more omega 3, 6, and 9 if they're not, dealing with asthma because of an environmental issue. They just may need more omegas in their diet. And so that is what you need to consider when you're dealing with that dry, flaky skin. Increasing the amount of healthy omega 3, 6, and 9 in your diet. Less fried foods. Matter of fact, no fried foods. And if you're regular here, you know why. Because of the damage that causes in the body, the free radicals that result, which are very, very bad for the body. You don't want to be doing fried foods, people. You don't want to be doing oils in general, because of the fact of, what happens when they're exposed to oxygen, and the oxygen makes them become rancid. And then you're taking this oil thinking you're doing a good thing for the body when actually you're not. Just on that note, I want to stick a pin there because I get pushback all the time when I tell people you can't do fried food because, behemoths love fried food, bottom line. And when I try to explain to them the process of oxidation, so I often use an apple as an example. And I say, if you cut an apple in half and leave it on the counter, what happens? It turns brown. Everybody knows that. And I say, well, even though the oil looks like it's not being impacted, that oxygen is doing the same thing to that oil that it's doing to that apple. It's destroying the quality of it. Now, how many of you out there would be willing to put an apple on the counter, cut it in half, leave it there for 6 months, and then go back and eat it? Doesn't sound too palatable, does it? Doesn't sound like an attractive offer, does it? But this is what we're doing when we're consuming oils, because let's face it, the oils that we're purchasing in this country mostly come from overseas. Let's say you're buying the fancy Italian oil that started off in Italy, and by the time it gets to your table, literally months have passed. So if you wouldn't go back to that counter and eat that rotting apple, because after 3 to 6 months, that thing is it's rotting. Why would you do the same thing with oil? That oil, whether you can see it or not, is rancid. So you don't want to do that. Okay? I just thought I'd stick a pin in that right there, because I get the most pushback when it comes to oils. People act like they can't live without oils, when nothing could be further than the truth. They have these wonderful inventions called air fryers or ovens or toaster ovens, whatever, where you can oven fry your food, which is what I do, or air fry your food without oil, and the food tastes just as good, and it's much healthier for you. Okay, so that is why you may be having flaky skin, because you're just not getting sufficient omegas in your diet. So again, omega-3, 6, and 9 are the omegas that you need to be getting, but in balanced amounts and from healthy sources. Okay. All right. So next on the list, blackheads and chopped lips or cracked lips. In the corner of your mouth, you might get cracked lips. There's a medical, or should I say, a nutritional reason for that. Your body is trying to tell you something. Okay, there's a reason why you're getting those blackheads, and it may not be because you have oily skin and the clogs. No, listen to this clip from Dr. Berg, and you're going to learn about other reasons why you may be getting blackheads, or chopped lips, or cracking lips.
All right, let's talk about blackheads. Blackheads. It's a simple vitamin D deficiency. If you're low in vitamin D, you get blackheads. Okay, so get some more sun. Watch my video on how to create your own vitamin D supplement from mushrooms, exposing it to sun, or take it as a supplement. Okay, cracked corners of your mouth right here. And I've had that. I've had a lot of these symptoms in the past. Okay, cracks. That's a B2 deficiency. Vitamin B2 prevents the liver from becoming damaged. It does a lot of other things as well, but one thing it'll do, it affects the skin and it creates fissures, okay? And those fissures or cracks also can cause chapped lips and also can cause cracked heels. On the back of your heels, you'll get these little cracks. That's a B2 deficiency coming from consuming too much refined flour usually, okay? And that would be in the form of like breads, pasta, cereal, crackers, biscuits, pancakes, things like that.
So the less and less packaged foods that you do, especially grains, the better. And this is why persons like Dr. Berg and others highly recommend a healthy keto diet. I say healthy because the keto diet could be unhealthy if not done right. But if you're going to do the keto diet, make sure that you are taking supplements, the right type of supplements to give your body the nutrients that it needs while you're doing the keto diet, so that you're not harming your body through the keto diet. So Rain says, my nephew is 15 years old and has an acne problem. What products would recommend that he should use to clear up this problem? Again, what we do is we try to figure out the cause. So is the cause because he has a damaged gut? Is the cause because he is not getting sufficient EFAs in his diet, essential fatty acids, meaning omega-3, 6, or 9? We have to figure out what's causing the acne, okay? It could be where it's just a digestive problem because he has a leaky gut. So this is why it's important, again, Rain, that we do that health evaluation, because the health evaluation serves as sort of, no pun intended, GPS, where it points us in the direction that we need to be paying attention to bring that person some relief. So we got to figure out what's causing the acne. It could be that he's not getting sufficient EFAs. It could be that he has some kind of digestive disorder, a leaky gut, or something else that is affecting his skin. We need to figure out what that is. And the best way to do that is by having him complete the health evaluation survey, which points us in that direction based on the answers that he gives. So for those of you who are interested in learning more about that health evaluation process and what your health score is and all that good stuff, if you go to my official Facebook page, I decided to just leave it pinned up to the top of the page because every week people, asking these questions, and I'm like, well, I can't just throw stuff at you. We need to figure out what's going on. So I've pinned to the top of my Facebook page the link to the health evaluation, the survey. So you click on that link, it'll take you to a page where you have to put in your contact information, your name, your telephone contact, your email address. And right on that same page, you will see a video that you can play on the right-hand side that will explain to you the scoring system that we use, how to score your symptoms, because you will be answering 4 sets of 20 questions, and each of those sets of questions correlates with one of the 4 categories of disease. The 4 categories of disease are the hard tissue category, which deals with all of the hard tissues of the body. So you're talking bones, joints, connective tissue, cartilage, teeth, nails, etc. You've got the soft tissue, which deals with the brain, the heart, the eyes, the skin, the lungs, the organs of your body. You've got the digestive disorders, and you've got blood sugar imbalances. Those are the 4 categories of disease. So in this health evaluation survey, you'll be answering 4 sets of 20 questions. Each set is related to one of those 4 categories of disease. And based on the symptoms that your body is telling you or giving you, you would answer either from a 0 to a 5, a 0 meaning, no, I don't have the symptom at all, a 5 meaning, I have it and it's severe. And that video on the landing page of the health evaluation survey will tell you what the numbers mean in between. So 0 is never, 1 is rarely, 2 is occasionally, 3 is often, 4 is always, and 5 is severe. So 0 is never, 1 is rarely, 2 is, what did I say? 0 is never, 1 is occasionally or rarely, no, rarely is just 1, 2 is occasionally, 3 is always, often, 4 is always, 5 is severe. Anyway, the video will give you the correct, scoring system. And once you have completed that survey and you click I agree at the end and submit, then the results are sent to you and to me. And then I contact you and we set up a one-on-one consultation where we can go through your results, tell you what they mean, what your body is trying to tell you. Because this show today is, let's face it, what your face is trying to tell you, but your body gives you clues throughout the body. Your body is trying to talk to you in many different ways, using symptoms. And those symptoms we call disease. So you may have the symptom of arthritis. And I know that once I see the symptom of arthritis, I know that that's an autoimmune situation. You may have the symptom of high blood pressure. I know that's a hard tissue situation. So your body is always constantly trying to tell you something. And the problem is, the Bible talks about my people perish for lack of knowledge, because even though your body is talking to you and screaming out that it needs its help, because we don't know what we are looking for or what the body's trying to tell us, we often ignore it. And so my goal here is to give you information that will help you to identify what is happening in your body so that you can make some better decisions as to what to do to address those symptoms. Okay, so next on the list, we have cold sores. How many of you have cold sores? Well, that is just a form of the herpes virus. And let's hear from Dr. Berg as to what your body's trying to tell you when you're battling cold sores.
Now, when you see cold sores, okay, that is herpes simplex 1. That is a virus. And the best way to put that thing back in remission is to take a natural herb or something that is antiviral, like garlic, like zinc. But there's been some great data on fasting, periodic prolonged fasting, that can help get rid of certain viruses. The problem with viruses is a lot of these viruses stay in your body and they go into a dormant state and they wait until your immune system is weak and they come out and kick you when you're down. When you get older, when you're nutritionally deficient, and especially when you go through stress. One of the biggest stresses that causes viruses to come out of remission is losses. So sooner or later, we're all going to experience losses. People around us that we love, we're going to lose them. And so that stress can really hit the body and cause these viruses to come out of remission. In fact, a lot of autoimmune diseases also are triggered by severe stress in the form of losses. So that is one area that you don't see a lot of information, but I've seen it in my practice almost 1 for 1. I always ask people, what happened right before you got this autoimmune disease? Or what happened right before you got sick or had this virus come out of remission? And there's usually always some type of stress event or some type of loss.
Anybody who's lost a loved one knows how difficult that is on the body, not just on your emotions, but it really is very, very hard on the body. And you will find that the stress of that loss, the sheer shock of that loss, definitely will weaken your immune system, weaken your body to the point where if you have some kind of underlying virus like herpes simplex 1 or 2, you could definitely have an outbreak of a cold sore or a herpes outbreak because your body has been so weakened by the shock of that stress of loss. So, especially when you're going through that stress, it is always a good idea to make sure that you're getting sufficient rest, but also that you're getting sufficient nutrients to try to help build up your immune system and replenish that which has been lost because of the shock of that stress that you're dealing with. Now, it doesn't only have to be a loss. It could be any other kind of stress that you're dealing with. You would have noticed that you get outbreaks, cold sores, when if you're just pushing, running yourself ragged, not getting sufficient rest, not eating well, you're weakening your immune system. And if your immune system is weakened, then that is a reason for those viruses to come out of remission. And you end up getting a cold sore. So you want to try to, again, minimize the amount of stress in your life as much as possible. Sometimes it can't be avoided. I mean, you lose a loved one, that's something you don't have control over. But understanding that you have to, boost up your immune system to try to deal with it, that's what you have to do. All right, we're going to take another break. Then when we come back on the other side of the break, we're going to continue with our topic today. Let's face it. What is your face trying to tell you about what is happening within your body? This is GPS on a Wellness Wednesday. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
At Lee Air, safety is our #1 priority. Flying since 1996, we offer scheduled flights into Fresh Creek and Mangrove Key Andros and Great Harbor Key, Berry Island, twice daily, 7 days a week. Affordable charter services are also available to anywhere in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Lee Air Charter Services. Call 225-3267, 702-7127, or 322-1317 for reservations.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Youngevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
For all your building needs, it's Carib Construction and Project Management on Gladstone Road. We build it all: schools, homes, hotels, and more, including structures requiring a Phase 3 electrical contractor. We also provide project management services. The first step towards your dream building begins at Carib Construction and Project Management. Call us at 376-1556 or 341-4466.
One of the things I love about the Mailboat is their relationship with Bahamas Air. I can earn travel points on my international freight and redeem them when I fly.
For me, online shopping is easy with Mailboat's U.S. addresses and regular freight delivery to Nassau. Plus, I can always prepay customs and freight, and they always notify me when my package arrives.
Yeah, a lot of people think the Mailboat is just for shipping, but they also offer a safe and secure storage facility at affordable rates, all in a central, convenient location.
We also offer passenger service into Freeport multiple times per week with a seating capacity of over 450 persons.
With family movies on large screens, one hot meal included, and on-board lounge for snacks and soft drinks.
We're the Mailboat. We're bridging people, products, and places.
Executive Printers is your one-stop shop for all your branding and customization needs. Letterheads, envelopes, business cards, invoices, share and gift certificates, rubber stamps, vouchers, funeral programs, brochures, flyers, banners, and promotional items like mugs, water bottles, mouse pads, and key rings, all with personable service and great quality. No project is too small or too large. For great turnaround and competitive pricing, make an executive decision. Call us at 393-5011.
And we are back. Welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. If you haven't already done so, like and share the show. Let everybody know that GPS is on the air. You can also participate in today's show by calling us at 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, and WhatsApp us at 801-0271, 801-0271. You can also watch us on Cable Bahamas Channel 974, and we are also on YouTube on the official Michelle Malcolm or Global 99.5 FM channels, or Facebook on our official pages. Okay, so our topic today, in case you tuned in late, let's face it, what your face is trying to tell you about what's going on inside your body. And this is all about the symptoms and signs that you could be experiencing or seeing every time you look into the mirror, and not realizing that this is your body's way of talking to you and telling you that something is wrong. So Anthony Russell is asking, how do I get the products? Okay, so Anthony, go ahead, fill out the health evaluation. I will reach out to you once you would have submitted that. I received the information. The information is also sent to you, and then I contact you, and we talk about what your needs are based on your health evaluation, and then that's how we get the products to you. Just so you know, guys, I am no retail shop. I don't sell these products directly. You would be buying them directly from the company. I'm not a middleman. I just make recommendations, okay? Because a lot of people will call me and say, Michelle, you have any of this? I say, boo, I ain't got no time to be carrying no inventory and stock and all of that. I ain't got no time for that. So I'm not a shop. I'm not a retail shop. All I do is I make recommendations, and you, in essence, would be set to buy directly from the company, okay? So I just want you to understand that. And these products are not sold in stores. You have to go through a longevity affiliate in order to get these products, okay? All right. Somebody's saying it's about the gray hair issue you spoke about. Yes. A lot of people, Anthony, are dealing with that gray hair and not realizing that that's a serious thing. They shouldn't ignore it. They shouldn't think it's just cute or, distinctive, like men are told that they look distinctive when they have that gray hair. You may look distinctive, but you also may be dealing with a nutritional problem that if you don't address, you may end up looking like, somebody who had an aneurysm. Yeah, not a good idea. I want you to think of famous people who had a head full of white hair. Somebody like Albert Einstein. Head full of white hair. He died from an aneurysm. He had a severe copper deficiency. And I look at a lot of people around here. I mean, head white as snow. But again, I learned the hard way. You don't just call to people and say, you could do something about this gray hair, Oh, man, you might get your hair tear off. Don't let it be a woman, for God's sake. Oh, God, you don't do that. I learned the hard way. I thought it was helping. And, man, I said, okay, I won't do that again. But if you are interested in learning how you can reverse gray hair naturally, not so much about aesthetics, but about your health, then definitely you need to fill out the health evaluation so we can look at what's going on in your body. And if you think it looks cute, now they got, hair dyed that's color of gray. I don't recommend dyes either, because those chemicals get into your bloodstream through the hair on your scalp. Your skin is an organ that absorbs things into your body. And so I'm getting off topic here, but like, for instance, a lot of women are dealing with fibroids or uterine cancer, and now, after we women of color have been using these products for so many years, now they're saying, oh, there's a direct link between those products and fibroids or those products and cancer. And we're like, okay, now you tell us this after we've been using these products for decades? But this is why there's such a high prevalence of fibroids with Black women, especially because for years, and even still now, many Black women have been processing their hair with chemicals that are leading to that condition. Anthony, the health evaluation is pinned at the top of my Facebook page, my official Facebook page. You go there and you'll see it pinned to the top. You click on that and it will take you through that link to the health evaluation survey where you can answer the questions and get the answers that you need as it relates to what's going on in your body. And the reason we do this is because every single person is different. We don't live in the same body. You don't live in the body I live in. And so our approach is very personalized. We don't believe in just throwing products at everybody. There are products that everybody needs, like the 90 nutrients that you hear me talk about all the time, the 60 minerals, the 16 vitamins, the 12 amino acids, the 3 fatty acids, essential fatty acids and essential amino acids. Everybody needs those, regardless of your race, your height, your sex, your color. It don't matter. Every human being needs those 90 nutrients every single day in different measurements based on your size. So, for instance, an 8-year-old child may not need as much as a person who weighs 300 pounds. So it's in measured amounts. And the amount you take is based on your weight, your size. But you get the 90 nutrients that your body needs in measured amounts according to your specific body. And then we make additional recommendations depending on what you have going on in your body. Because what you need may not be what I need. I'm dealing with a thyroid issue. You may be dealing with sciatica or high blood pressure or some other condition that I'm not dealing with. And so this is why we take a very personalized approach to health and healing with nutrition. Okay? Now, you all know I'm a believer, and I believe very heavily in God's ability to heal us. I believe in the healing power of God. The same power that healed in the days of the Bible, I believe is available to us today. But some people get healed instantly and other people are healed through a process. And what we do as health coaches is, for those of you who are looking to be healed and you're not getting instant healing, maybe it's the process that you need, the process approach that you need to take. Because most of the times you're not getting instant healing because you're doing the damage that's causing the sickness to begin with. And so if this is a case where you're doing the damage, then you have to undo the damage that you would have done. You have to let the body heal itself. And that is often done through a process. So if you're praying for healing and you're not getting the instant healing that you're praying for, maybe the Lord is looking to heal you through a process. And that is where we come in. We help, guide you through that process. Okay? So, next on the list, getting back to what we're supposed to be talking about today. Let's face it. What is your face telling you about your health? So the final 3 things we're going to hear about in this clip from Dr. Berg are facial hair for women. I don't know any woman who likes facial hair on her. You might like it on him. But for a woman, not so much. So facial hair on women, acne, we're going back to acne again. And if you have a round face, it could be that you're dealing with a medical condition that is causing puffiness in the face. Let's talk about it after we hear this clip from Dr. Eric Berg.
Facial hair. Okay, we talked about that. If female, that means too much androgens, could be polycystic ovarian syndrome. And the way that you get too much androgens is by having too much insulin. So again, the common theme is to go low carb and not eating so frequently as in doing intermittent fasting. All right, acne, and I already mentioned this, but both females and males, it's too much androgens. Now, it could be too much estrogen as well, but typically it's going to be too much androgen, and that usually comes from too much insulin. Now, other things can cause acne too, like drinking milk, but it's not as common as this insulin problem, right? And so what you need to do is you just need to get off the carbs, clean up the diet, and this acne will go away. But the acne is a real good indicator on what's going on with someone's diet. But boy, I wish I would have known what to do back in high school when I had bad acne, because it can be devastating. All right, last point. You can see this little line here, a round face. I'm going to put up a picture of when my son got married. You can see the shape of my head was roundish compared to now. That was because I was on a so-called healthy diet, but that healthy diet included apples as snacks with peanut butter. I wasn't eating like completely junk food, but I was eating fruit and I was having a lot of snacks. So if you have a round face and you want to kind of strip off some of the fat or the puffiness and handle a lot of these other issues, you get on a healthy keto diet, you stop snacking, you do intermittent fasting.
Okay, so another reason why you might have a puffy face, because remember now, these things aren't absolute. He's just giving you some examples of what could be causing these symptoms, but there are other reasons as well. And if you're experiencing a puffy face, in addition to other symptoms, it could very well be that you have a slow thyroid. Hypothyroidism will lead to a puffier face. So you get this sort of puffiness, this roundness in the face when you have hypothyroidism. Okay. Another condition that thyroid issues may be causing that he didn't discuss in this video, in these videos, that will definitely impact your face or what you're seeing in your face, is for a person who has hyperthyroidism, an overactive thyroid that goes untreated for a long time. You get these bulging eyes where your eyes are just bulging out, protruding out. That is all as a result of an overactive thyroid. And that's because tissue at the back of the eyes gets swollen to the point where they're literally pushing your eyeballs out, and you end up, I don't know if y'all remember some years ago, Missy Elliott sort of went into seclusion almost. She explained that the reason she did that is because she was so uncomfortable with her parents, because she had hyperthyroidism and it affected her eyes, where her eyes came bulging out. So some people, it's so bad that they literally can't close their eyes. Can you imagine? They literally can't shut their eyes because their eyeballs are bulging out so much. That is a sign of an overactive thyroid. So you want to pay attention to that. That's not normal. It's not genetic. It's certainly not aging. It's a thyroid problem. And if you've never had it diagnosed and you see where your eyes are just bulging out, maybe you should go and see a doctor to have it officially diagnosed. Chances are you have a thyroid problem that you may not be aware of, or you may not have realized that that is what is causing the bulginess of the eyes, your eyes just bulging out of your head. Okay? So definitely that's something that you need to consider. So these, again, are not absolute. These are just some of the things that you could be experiencing with your face trying to tell you something. Pay a lot of attention to your eyes, because truly the eyes speak to you, both in terms of your physical well-being and your spiritual well-being. They say the eyes are the windows of the soul. That's the truth. But like me personally, I always know when I'm battling something, because all of a sudden my eyes look very dim. ever since I was a child, I had very bright eyes. And I always can tell when I'm in great health because my eyes are very bright. But the minute I start battling something, even if I don't feel tired, or if I don't, have flu symptoms or whatever, I always know when my body is battling something, because all of a sudden my eyes get like this dim, how do I describe it? Almost like a glassy, dim look. And I'm like, no, I'm fighting something. Because my eyes tell me, whenever I'm going through something, I can see it in my eyes. So you just have to get to the point where you know your body well enough to be able to read these symptoms and not just dismiss them or ignore them. Your body is constantly talking to you about what it needs, constantly. Every time you are experiencing a symptom, that's your body's way of telling you, I need something here. Pay attention to me, give me what I need. Or I'm getting too much of stuff I don't need and it's overwhelming me. And if we would just slow down long enough to pay attention to what our bodies are telling us, then we, I think, could take action quicker to try to correct whatever has gone or is going wrong within the body. So pay closer attention to your face, okay, to your skin, to your eyes. See what's going on with your hair, because it's your body's way of telling you something. We're going to take one more break, and then on the other side of the break, we're going to wrap things up. All right, stay with us. This is GPS. I don't think my producer's at a test, so I'll go ahead and take the break from my end.
Blood sugar levels play a key role in your appetite, weight gain, and overall health. When you have a blood sugar spike, you can feel confused, dizzy, and even have increased cravings. Eating carbohydrates, sugary or fatty foods, and not exercising can all cause blood sugar spikes. But now you have help in managing blood sugar levels. Sweeties by Youngevity was designed to help support healthy blood sugar levels so you can power through your day. It's a synergistic blend of minerals, herbs, and nutrients that have been proven to support healthy blood sugar levels. Sweeties includes chromium, an essential trace mineral that's known for its contribution to healthy blood sugar levels and improved metabolism of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Cinnamon bark has been included for its naturally occurring antioxidants and support of a healthy heart. And we've even added gymnema. It's been used in Ayurveda for centuries to help promote healthy blood sugar. All the ingredients in Sweeties work together to give the best support available for blood sugar control. Sweeties, the blood sugar support supplement from Youngevity that helps control cravings and manage blood sugar levels through your day. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for a rims, paints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklight, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
As you age, factors like health, weight, diet, and lifestyle can all impact your bones, joints, and general mobility. Even everyday exercise can lead to wear and tear on your body. Over time, you might start to experience stiffness or pain due to damaged joints or connective tissue. Ultimate Glucogel by Youngevity was created to help you limit the effects of wear on your joints. It delivers a daily dose of collagen-rich gelatin your body needs for joint elasticity and maintenance. Ultimate Glucogel contains a 1-to-1 ratio of gelatin and glucosamine sulfate, which is a key building block of your bone matrix, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and connective tissue. Gelatin's unique blend of amino acids not only help with muscle and joint health, but also has been shown to provide additional benefits for the brain, skin, and hair. Ultimate Glucogel. Natural, optimal daily support for joint health. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
And welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm here as we wrap things up talking about, let's face it, what your body is trying to tell you through your face. Your face is giving you, like the rest of your body, clues as to, the fact that something could be going wrong and you need to pay close attention. So what have we learned? We learned that there are definitely nutrients that your body needs that can help to deal with things like hair loss, red and puffy eyes, oily skin, cataracts, skin discolorations, flaky skin, things like, let's see what else, blackheads, chapped lips, flaky skin, cold sores, facial hair on women, acne, round face, all of this and more can be addressed with nutrients. The bottom line is you have to clean up your diet because no amount of nutrition will outdo a poor diet or toxins. So you want to make sure that you're eating from the good foods side of the good foods, bad foods list. And that would mean no gluten, which is wheat, barley, rye, and oats. No soy or corn products because they've been heavily genetically modified and sprayed with a carcinogen. You don't want to do white sugar. You don't want to do oils in a bottle or fried foods. You don't want to do processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. Because they, are cancer causing and not good for you. And sugar, by the way, really helps to age you very fast. So if you don't want a bunch of wrinkles, stop eating all that sugar. Sugar will put some age on you really fast. So all of the sugary drinks and the candies and sweets that we like to consume, just think of them as accelerating the aging process. So if you want to look, especially ladies, I know y'all don't want to, we women never want to look as old as we really are. We want to always do, that's a multi-billion-dollar industry right now catering to us baby boomers who don't want to look as old as we are. So one natural thing that you can do is stop eating all that sugar. Cut out the sugar, which means cut down on the carbs that you eat, the white potatoes, the white flour, etc. Wheat, barley, rye, and oats goes without saying. But the carbs that you're eating are turning into sugar in the body. So, so you want to cut back on that sugar. Even don't overdo it on the natural sugars either. When I say natural sugar, I'm talking about what you get from fruits. Rain, I don't know if you're new here. Rain is asking, is coconut oil or olive oil better to cook with? No oil, Rain. None. Zero. Nada. Zilch. No oil. Because of the condition of the oil. The oxygen makes it rancid. I went through that whole thing in the show about the fact that you wouldn't go and eat an apple that's been sitting on the counter for 6 months because that thing rotten. Well, the same thing is happening to your oil. So no Rain, no oil, zero oil, zilch, nada, zip, no oil. Get it out your mind. No oil, okay? Because of the quality of the oil. When you consume it, it is rancid and it will cause free radicals and inflammation in your body, which is never a good idea. Okay? No oils. All right? Because of the process of oxidization, which then affects the quality of those oils. So, if you want to saute something lightly, do it in butter. Rain says she doesn't normally come in on Wellness Wednesdays. Okay. No need to apologize. Rain, I'm just, telling you, don't do oils. You want to cut oils out of your diet altogether. Okay. So you want to go with butter or ghee or lard, not Crisco, not shortening, but lard. What our Grammy used to use is much better than those oils because the oils are rancid. Okay. So no Rain, no oils, no fried foods. All right. But you also can do, you want to avoid overcooked red meat. If you do eat red meat, it should be rare or medium rare, not well done. You want to avoid the baked skin of a potato or a yam. If you want to eat the potato skin, boil it, that's fine. But as long as that's baked in the oven, do not eat the skin because it's a carcinogen. You don't want to do carbonated beverages or alkaline water just before, during, or just after a meal because it neutralizes the acid in your stomach. That's a bad idea. Okay. So, and you don't want to do margarine. Margarine is not real food. Okay. Butter, ghee, lard are much better. If you're a vegetarian and you don't want to do any animal products, then you can use something like a vegetable broth to slightly simmer your food in it, or just air fry, or use an oven to oven fry your food without oil. I do it all the time. Very high heat. If you're going to do like fried chicken or fried fish in the oven, you got to put it very, very, very high heat so that it simulates the heat from actually frying it in oil. But you want to avoid oils at all costs. Okay. Give yourself a chance. Eat the healthier foods. Eat eggs, perfect food. Avocados, great source of healthy fats. Nuts are great, except for peanuts. There are lots of healthy things that you can eat that will help to keep you younger longer. I ain't going down without a fight. I'm not ashamed to say I'm going to be in a couple of weeks in July, 60 years old. And I know I don't look that. And I'm still making sure I take my vitamins and everything else to keep me healthy enough because I'm not going down without a fight. If you want to look younger longer, if you want to have good clean skin, clear eyes, nutrition, and stay away from the toxic stuff. That's my time, folks. I got to get out of here. Don't worry about the cholesterol. Rain, you got to stop watching my show on Wednesdays, okay? Eggs are good for you, okay? Eggs give you more of what they call the good cholesterol. So don't let them demonize eggs for you. Eggs are good, okay? Stop watching my show on Wednesday. I got to get out of here, people. It's 4 o'clock. Tomorrow, we're going to have another thought-provoking show for you. Be sure you tune in then. Until then, I'm Michelle Malcolm. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.
Global 99.9